another thing. This is Maria Kovaleva. Welcome to my channel, and today I want to talk about binary thinking, how it was developed, and why we are so pressed. We are so pressed to choose one side. And actually, it will be my speech for today's Toastmaster. So I have my notes just to make it easier and more relaxed for me. So my speech is called Start Wearing Purple. The line from the actually it's not line. Start wearing purple. So it's a line from this song of Gogol Bordello, gypsy punk band, but the content of today's video will be nothing about that song, just the color purple and just the vibes maybe of freedom that this band successfully give us in their songs. So why purple? There are so many. Today is November. Today is 19th of November, and it was like couple of weeks from the election. And we remember those red or blue, left or right, black or white. There was so much pressure to choose. And why we are pressured to choose if nobody asks? It's like embodied expectation that we feel that we have to choose from two options. Why we are so comfortable with this black and white thinking, two options, binary thinking? Don't answer right now, but I want to explore it. So why wearing purple or finding a middle ground feels like something forbidden? It's not comfortable. There are 3 points that I want to mention. What can be the reason? One is modern political division. Another one is childhood roots. And the third one is generational impact. So let's start with the first one, modern political division. Within the same nation, I'm here in California, USA. Huge, big nation of Americans gets divided very intensely each 4 years into red and blue. Okay, it's not like 50-50. Hopefully there's 30% of those who are in the middle struggling with this position, because not a lot of support, I can say, for those who are not taking sides. And why is it so? Why it's forbidden to be in the middle? Because it's not very safe to see somebody who is not with you, who is not with them. Why they are alone? I don't understand what are they thinking about right now, because it's not red, it's not blue. What is there? And so every 4 years neighbors turn into opponents by the election. Social media algorithm prefers division. Social media algorithms are working on the tension between two sides. And if everybody is united, everybody is happy, it's not much engagement. And social media is built on the engagement, on the time spent in the arguments and the more heated arguments, the more time to defend your side will be needed, right? So it's in the system. It's a system. There is a comfort of belonging to a certain side or certain group. It's very comfortable to be with us, right? To to be with my people, versus the discomfort of being nuanced, of using my brain energy to analyze and find the middle ground, find the common something, find something that we differentiate on, but there is something common. So it's not very simple for the brain to understand that, oh, he's not red, he's not blue, what color is he? So you have to spend some time and energy for the nuances that there are there. It's much easier to apply stereotypical or categorized thinking. It's just thinking by shortcuts and labels and categories. It's simple. It's like efficiency thing for the brain, but it distorts reality. Also, there's a false security about being with us versus them. Again, distorted reality already. There is not only two options, right? The reality and the universe is not binary. There are other options, but it's the sense of comfort to be with the established group. It's just safer. But the thing is, it's an illusion in a way that you changing your identity to to fit. You're minimizing yourself to fit into the group. You're cutting the pieces that are you, and it's painful. It's painful to be minimized. It's painful to be less whole, to be damaged. But there's a kind of illusion of safety, false safety, security, being in one group. Okay, let's move to another one, to childhood roots. And do you remember the early experiences of choosing between mother and father? I've been asked who I love more, mother or father. Now I understand it's such a cruel question to a person who is so dependable on you, dependable on both mother and father. It's so unfair, but it's a practice, right? It's there. And a child being asked to choose, are you staying with mother or father? Like, I want to stay with both. And well, I have it every evening. Do you want me or your father to be with you, like get into you to the bed? And she's answered, both. I want both. And we are like, yeah, I have something to do. So there's natural tendency in childhood to be united with mother and father, and we teach our children to choose even if they don't want. There is a story on the school playgrounds when we are divided into teams, and there is a team spirit, but there is no unity spirit. It's just team spirit for each team. And the longer team becomes a team, the more rigid this spirit becomes, the more comfortable it becomes to be in this team, more usual, or yeah, it's just about you get used to a team, and you lose the ability to see other team as the same kids as you. Psychological need to belong in childhood. So if you have a different opinion, but you want to belong, it's a natural tendency for us to belong to a group, to be one of them, and you have to fit yourself. And you are learning this in childhood. And usually it's one or another, blue or red. To be accepted in the group, you should be like them, or you will be accepted. So it's just binary choice, two choices, right? It's also learning. So childhood experiences develop the black and white thinking as a survival mechanism. We are so dependable on others in childhood, it's not possible to survive by ourselves, so we have to align with black or white, red or blue, left or right, thinking. And we learn it as a way of living, way of life. We learn that there is no other options, which is very wrong. It's not the case. It's not how reality works. But to be in a society, to be accepted, to survive, we have to choose a side. Then there is a generational impact. There's a historical context in this country to have only two parties. Two parties, and it goes from 1854 when the second party was formed, so two parties from that time, and people got used to that. There's no other. There are sometimes accidental independent candidates that don't have any chance to win. It just, I don't know, what's the purpose? And one or another party wins. So it gives the real-time impression that there is no other option. Then we have our grandparents and parents who bring their political identities into the family. And there are differences in families possible. So grandpa is for blue, grandma is for red, but to make the family work and to avoid conflicts, people tend to align with the political views that are common in the family. So it's more common to have the same views than otherwise. And there is such thing as emotional inheritance of political trauma. I see it as unconsciously feeling that them are very dangerous. I don't know why, but us are safe and good, but them, they're different for the reason. They're different maybe because they're dangerous, or because they're wrong, or because they want to make us suffer, or something else. You can rationalize this belief, but it's still a belief, and it's emotional inheritance of political trauma. So previous generations might have problems with them, so it's better to stick with us than be curious about them. Yeah. And there's always family pressure to take a side, to be aligned with political views of the family. So we discuss three possible directions where from our pressure to choose comes from, and what to do? Well, after age 25, by the age 25, the prefrontal cortex is fully developed, and it's very make our conscious decisions based on quite complex mechanism of critical thinking. And around that, those generational traumas, there's peer pressure, family pressure, there's a systematic pressure of taking sides, and it's glorified. It's like, yeah, team spirit, but team is a separation from the whole community. Learn that, being aware of that, being aware of the impact of all of that makes you able to do a different choice, conscious choice. What do you want to believe? Do you want to mix blue and red and have a purple, something new, something more inclusive in a way that it's all holistically emerging, like it's not one-sided. And here, when we have two sides, it's a very in dialectics, it's a very good exercise of synthesizing, and it's getting together, how we are together, with the color, with the pattern, what we can do with it, how we can apply it. We don't need to be stuck in one choice. We can choose a third, and if you are presented with two options, always think how you can choose the third one. Always. It will be better. Line between those two, not for yourself. So, in conclusion, why purple is, it can feel like forbidden, something forbidden, because we can think that being in the middle ground is about being indecisive, yet it's not about that. It's about courage. It's about courage to see complexity of real life. It's about creating a space for different perspectives, and it's about breaking generational cycle of binary thinking. So next time when you feel the pressure to choose, once the purple star of this video, my message, shines, and you decide to synthesize those two options and get the third one as your choice. For the peace, and thank you for being with me today.